This race had about everything if you're a race fan, which is a good thing. Multiple red flags, two dominant leaders in the first half, in a night race, cars breaking brake rotors, like they're literally falling apart. We've had four of them if you're a fan of that. Cautions breeding cautions at the end of stage three. A lot happened in this race. Let's talk about it. Where to start on this interesting Enjoy Illinois 300 race? Oh, where to start? Well, why not at the start of the race? Or so we thought. We made about one lap before Tyler Reddick spins in off of turn one. Actually, sorry, we made it 4 laps. It felt like only one. Everyone was still pretty much side by side racing at that point. But Tyler Reddick spins in turn one. He started top 10. And what happens is at lap 5, we sit around for an hour and 45 minutes because of lightning in the area. That was pointless. I don't understand why we were waiting. There was no rain at the track, but we sat around for an hour 45 because of lightning. So once we finally did get back to racing, it stayed green through stage one, which was nice. With a few laps left, some unfortunate stuff happened for Brad Keselowski, whose engine went sour. Went 3 laps down at one point. Was able to get back to the lead lap because of the shenanigans at the end of the race. He came home 28th. If you're all wondering where he finished, that engine did not hold up for him to get a top 10. So I'll at least let that one be early before I show the lovely top 10, which would be right here. But yeah, Kyle Busch won stage one. Honestly, him and Ryan Blaney were the two dominant cars all race. I think by the end of stage two, they were a stat that only Blaney 2 leaders for the amount of the race between 3 lead changes between Kyle and Blaney. Like it was the Kyle and Blaney show pretty much all race. So I'll let you know that. It wasn't until stage 3 when pit strategy and then the whole shenanigans at the end came in. But stage 2 literally started how stage 1 ended. Quick yellow. We come back from the stage break. McDowell gets spun off of Ross Chastain. McDowell was 6th at the time. He decided to go for 2 tires, get to track position, try to move up because it is hard to pass at Gateway. Well, he gave space to Chastain on the inside, was going 3 wide. This one, it's weird to say, but this one's not Chastain's fault for being overly aggressive. He hit the curb, but McDowell didn't really leave him room on the outside. Like the minute Chastain hit the curb, he bounced and there was no room and got McDowell. So it's unfortunate, but it happens. And then we had our first sorry there. We had our first of 4 brake issues happen. This one for Carson Hocevar in the 7 for Corey LaJoie, since Corey LaJoie was replacing Alex Bowman. Up until this point, they were talking about how LaJoie's struggling in the 9 car. Hocevar's looking amazing. I think Hocevar got up to 16th. And the brake rotor fails. He hits the outside wall and entering turn 1, and his race is done. Hocevar, unfortunately, is 36. Ends up finishing last in his first start, which is unfortunate, but nothing you can do when the brake rotor fails. So the rest of stage 2 goes pretty smoothly. Ryan Blaney wins stage 2. And at this point, Mike Joy talks about how last time Ryan Blaney won, he went back to back. So it's shaping up to look like it might be a back to back race win. Then we get to the point where cautions breed cautions. With 65 laps to go, Tyler Reddick becomes the second driver to have brake issues, where he hits the outside wall because of the brake rotors, and he ends up finishing 35th. Unfortunately for Chase Briscoe, I didn't mention this earlier, but on the Hostvar wreck, Briscoe had an issue where a piece of debris from Hostvar's rotor hit his car. Briscoe becomes home 34th, 50 laps down. He was still running, but you're 50 laps down. It's your race is pretty much over. So unfortunate there. This is around the same time Fox reports that Eric Jones' crew chief, a tire changer, was hit by Austin Dillon. It was later found out Dillon did not make contact with the pit crew member. Instead, he got tangled up with another tire changer and collapsed. Was taken to the hospital. Best of luck to him. That's not something you want to hear of a pit crew member collapsing on pit road, being tangled up with anyone like that. That's not good. As much as we glorify the drivers, this is a team sport where people have to go over the wall to keep these cars running. So hopefully everything's okay with that crew member. I know Tyler Reddick's tire changer came over to service Jones's team the rest of the race, which cool. I guess since Reddick's out, he had nothing better to do. But that was scary. Then our third caution and our second red flag of the race came when Noah Gragson, his brake rotor goes, and this had shades of Pocono on it, where Reddick turned left. A Gateway has a bit of grass on the outside of the pit exit. He clips that, spins, and slams driver's side door. Like that's scary. So we hit the second red flag so they can clean up from that wreck. Looked like a big hit. And then we go back racing. And we get another caution. This time for Christopher Bell spitting out the bumper of Austin Cindric. This one was out of turn 2. Cindric looked like he got tight. So just wrong place at the wrong time. Christopher Bell got to continue. Forgot to say Noah Gragson did finish 33rd. So, like, the back markers, pretty much, if we didn't have brake rotors and these ending cautions, everyone would have finished on the lead lap. It sounds like maybe one guy one lap down. So then we stack them again. This time we're under 40 to go, and then as we're racing, Austin Cindric looked like there was room to his outside. Turns Austin Dillon. It did look like Dillon creeped up. Nothing malicious, nothing like Chase Elliott's wreck from last week. But Cindric turns Dillon to the right, and this collects Stenhouse, who both of their days end. Stenhouse 32nd. Dillon was held. He finishes 31st. Did try to run a couple laps, and then they just decided, yeah, we're done. So that was with 20 to go, 25 to go. We also get a third red flag from this, which, why? is my thing. Just why? Like, I get they needed to repair the safer barrier. It wasn't up to code, but like, we've already had 2 red flags. We didn't need a third one. At this point, Kyle's won 4 restarts in a row. He wins this one. And it looks like smooth sailing. Kyle Busch is gone. Kyle Larson was second, trying to chase him down, but no prevail. But with 5 laps to go, we get the 4 brake rotor failures this race. This one's for Bubba, who at least watched the other 2 and decided to just ride the outside wall. But I love Fox. They showed on pit road that, yeah, the rotor was not where the rotor should have been for for the brakes. So yeah, that was nice. But Bubba's day ends. Bubba finishes 30th. Yikes! unfortunate there, but Kyle Busch then we gotta stack him again. Can he do it for a sixth time, and this time in overtime to try to win? Kyle Busch does, wins the restart battle between him and Larson. Larson eventually gets leapfrogged, and Kyle Busch goes on to win his third race for RCR after having to win 6 restarts in a row. This race, here's the top 10. This race, as Clint joked, went from being one of the shortest races on the year to one of the longest races on the year. I can't argue. But yeah, here's the top 10 after it all shaped out and I had to re-change it thanks to Bubba's wreck. Yeah, Kyle Busch, third win of the season for RCR. Denny Hamlin. Joey Logano off of turn 4 is able to get by Larson. Martin Truex, he pitted for 4 tires there with after the Christopher Bell's wreck, I believe. Don't quote me. I did miss a bit of the race. My phone died. So I did miss the bit of stage 3, so I don't remember exactly where, but I know he was on fresher tires compared to everyone else. Ryan Blaney kind of fell back. Seems like after stage 2, this is where I lost connection, so I don't know exactly why he fell. Suarez 7th. Byron 8th, who also pitted with Truex. McDowell was holding everybody up. Hell of a finish to come home 9th. And Happy Harvick here comes home with top 10. I know at one point he was in the top 5. Not bad to get a top 10. Some other notable finishers. We got Brad K, last car on the lead lap at 28th. Bowman, who was restarted 13th, was slow on the final restart. Ends up coming home 26th. Haven't heard exactly what happened and why he was slow for the overtime restart. Harrison Burton comes 23rd, had a little contact. Ross Chastain comes home 22nd. Corey LaJoie in the 9, replacing Chase Elliott, comes home 21st. Ty Gibbs 20th. Eric Almirola 19th. Eric Jones comes home 18th. Ryan Preece 17th. Justin Haley 16th. Todd Gilliland brings home the 38th and 15th. AJ Allmendinger brings home a 14th for the 16. Besides getting involved in 2 wrecks, Austin Cindric comes home 13th. Chase Briscoe comes home 12th. And 11th, Christopher Bell after a spin. So my reaction after this race is it was entertaining. It felt like an old school race where it was 2 dominant cars. I thought that's how it was going to be. I thought it was going to be Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney the entire time. But after the second red flag and cautions breeding cautions after cautions after cautions, it became entertaining. I would still say it's a race just because it's Gateway. If you watch my streams, I am not a fan of Gateway. So honestly, doing a review of a track I already have a dislike for makes it hard for me to be good to this because I have struggled in Heat 5. I don't have this race on iRacing, but like it was a good race. I'll give it that. This was a good race. Would I want to watch this race again? Will I watch a replay of this race? No. But was it a good race? And do I say for people that missed it that they should watch it? Yes. Should you rewatch it? That's up to you and how big of a fan you are. For me, I'm glad it's over. Let's go to Sonoma. I enjoy Sonoma, even though honestly the Sonoma racing has not always been good. But being a Gordon fan, I love this race car. But being a Gordon fan, Sonoma holds a special place for me. So, also, next week we get no stage breaks. We get a true road course race, run backwards, which I think will be hella important for these races on these road courses. So I'm excited for that. No stage break for Sonoma. But that's going to do it for me. I want to get this video up. I want to get streaming. Come follow me on Twitch. I will be live as soon as this video is up. If not, I'll catch you in stream or honestly next week. Reason for no uploads this week is because I was honestly in bed, not feeling the greatest. Let's just say you guys probably don't want to know much detail on that, but let's just put it at that. So I'll catch you all in the next video. Have a great rest of your evening. Hopefully I'll catch you in stream. Peace.